Good evening. A bit of a disclaimer before we start tonight's program. Uh, One that I started on last Friday's VF Talks, which I'm going to continue to do going forward. But as this is now a chapter that is important to me, I figured I'd talk to this, of course. But here it goes. The National MS Society is a collective of passionate individuals who want to do something about MS now. It's an organization that wants to move towards a world free of multiple sclerosis, knowing full well that multiple sclerosis stops people from moving, but the National MS Society exists to make sure that MS doesn't. The thing about the MS Society is that it is a very important charity by walks and by charity drives all year that goes to research, that goes to basically pharmacological sort of research and whatnot as far as how best to make life easier for those that have MS. I had a chapter of demyelination back 10 years ago, and within the last 4 or 5 weeks, my neurologist diagnosed me with multiple sclerosis. So multiple sclerosis is something that's really near to me in the sense that this is my life, but I'm not going to let it stop me. And anyone else who has MS, it's not going to stop them either. This is what moving forward is. This is trying to live a life that's healthier and more better for us, because that's what we're all trying to do. We're trying to live our best lives possible. So, to contact the National MS Society, please call 1-800-344-4867 or go to their webpage at nationalmssociety.org. The phone number again, 1-800-344-4867. It's a very important charity. It's a very important cause. And I'm going to talk about it as much as I can. And on that, let's begin. People usually ask me what is the difference between the Venture Forward and VF Talks. Venture Forward is how we remove the roadblocks that stand in our way, no matter what they are. VF Talks is a chance for us to talk about it and hear from that guy. This is the Venture Forward VF Talks. Good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you may be, and welcome. I am John Venturini, and this is VF Talks on a Friday, January 22nd, 2021. A year that is a year. It's in 22 days. I didn't realize how much could happen in 22 days, and yet here we are. Here we are, and of course, there is a cantankerous individual right over my shoulder who is a Triceratops who thinks he's a T-Rex who ain't talking. He's not talking. I don't know what's up with that. This is how long I've been doing this? 4 months. First time he's not talking. Just gone. Nothing. Bupkis. I'll tell you who is talking though. I got folks on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch that want to say hi, and I want to say hi to them. Jamie, good evening. I'm doing the best I can, and I hope you're doing okay as well. Glad to see you tonight, for sure. Matt, I see you in the green room, and I see your comment, and I'll get you on in about 45 seconds. Thereabouts. Jamie says, good for you, JV. I am glad you're talking about this. Jamie, there's really no point not to talk about this. If there's a chance for me to talk about how I reduced all this weight and became sober and, well, you know, working through that in 600 some odd days and not gambling, I mean, it's just another thing to talk about. And we're going to talk about that when we get Matt on. There's something that came up I wanted to get his opinion on. But yeah, we're going to talk about it. And we're going to remove the roadblocks that are in our way because we deserve a life that allows us to provide so much for others. That's what we do here. That's what we do on Adventure Forward. That's what we do on VF Talks. Jamie, good to see you tonight. Marilyn, good afternoon. Glad to see you here on a Friday afternoon. Hope you're doing well. And on that, let me bring Matt along. Mr. Haas, how are you, man?
Good, John. How are you?
It's been a day.
It's been a heck of a week for me, man. Woo! A lot of work. Working me like crazy over here. Oh, I don't have my piano beaver in the right spot.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
And she has her own light. Look at this. There you go. That.
Ah, that's something.
That's the production quality you can expect from me.
That's what we give to you, the viewing audience. We got lighting, we got banter, we got everything. That's what we do here.
Yep.
Are you glad you made it to Friday?
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that I'm here. Got one more week of my web development project from HE Double Chopsticks.
Ooh.
And I think it's going live on February 1st.
Okay, so you got about a 9-day window here.
I know. Crazy.
Not to go all project management on you for a second, but I'm not asking for a run rate. I'm not asking for a Gantt chart. It's 9 days, one way or another.
I'm going to sink or swim with this one. It's either going to work or it's going to crash and burn.
Sarah Steele says, made it. Hi. And Sarah Steele also says, how are you feeling, guys? Matt, you get to field that one first. How are you feeling?
Fabulous. How are you?
Surviving.
On a scale of one to David Hasselhoff.
Oh God. Now you're talking about the David Hasselhoff that's sitting on the kitchen floor eating Wendy's. David Hasselhoff? Are we talking Knight Rider Hasselhoff? Are we talking Baywatch Hasselhoff? Which Hasselhoff?
The first one. It doesn't leave very many options, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Oh. Just how are you, sir? That's what
Oh,
that's
you
what
know
I do.
what? I'll tell you what. It's just it's something I was actually in. Bring him up, real. Oh, SpongeBob's. Yeah, that's right. SpongeBob Hasselhoff, right? Paul says, "Hey guys, I retorted something to Paul earlier. It's like it really is the conglomeration of all of us together trying to do the best thing. Whether we're talking about the streaming, or we're talking about the recovery groups, or whether we're talking about this, that, or the other thing, it really is just getting the better minds together and pushing forward. And there's going to be times where there's a rub, or many, but we stay confident in ourselves and we know we're doing something important because at the end of the day, I know that this has helped me. I mentioned that last week. And I know, Matt, you do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, this is fun. This is good to blow off steam here. That's the way I think of it. It's good. I do a lot of stuff throughout the week. I do a lot. I mean, very busy. It's just nice to goof off, have fun, just turn the brain off and go.
Right. Just a
Albert,
small
yeah.
respite. If not anything more than an hour, hour and a half tops. A small respite. Just a
Yeah.
small one.
Did you
That's all
see
I'm asking.
Paul's stream yesterday? He had Callie on for over 2 hours.
So Paul, I'm sorry I'm about to say what I'm about to say, but I did not catch it. And I will catch the replay tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, I 2 hours plus Paul, Callie.
I think it was like
Fantastic.
2.5 hours. Now it starts at 10 p.m., which is past my bedtime here on the East Coast. So I only watched like 30 minutes of it. I'm like, okay, I got to jump off. But
Well, as
that,
regular
that
viewers
Callie
know,
man, she goes and goes and goes.
yeah, I mean, I'm impressed, Paul, that you did. It's about time because I thought this was going to be something that you would have done a while back. I'm glad you're doing it. Second of all, Matt, I thought you were Amish.
Say again?
I thought you were Amish.
No, I am not
No,
Amish.
okay. Bad joke.
My no, not Amish. Not even
Amish,
close.
not Mennonite.
I like the song Amish Paradise by Weird Al Yankovic. Does that
There you
count?
go.
Put on some fun stuff back there for you.
Paul says no need to be sorry. Callie has thoughts, and it's fun to bounce off all her ideas.
Now, question to Paul, if I could. So he
absolutely.
asked for questions that they could answer, and I put like 4 questions in the comments of the post, and I put 2 questions in the form that he asked us to a Google form. I'm just wondering if he used any of that material, because I think there was some golden nuggets in there, for lack of a better word. So I just
golden nuggets, huh? What are some of the golden nuggets?
Well, his questions were, what can we answer for you? Nothing's too weird or too complicated. So I did like, what's the funniest Wi-Fi name you've ever come across?
I did see that. There was a Facebook follow-up. I saw that. Brilliant.
Yeah. I like my brother's, because his Wi-Fi name is the Rebel Alliance. So now it's even better. The first time you go to sign on, you get the dialog box that says, "Are you sure you want to join the Rebel Alliance?" It's the dialog box that really sells it. It's not so much the name. Yeah.
Sold it perfectly.
One of I have 3 Wi-Fi names here at the house, because I have a 2.4 gigahertz, unsecured and secured, and then I have the 5 gigahertz. Anyway, mine is Series of Tubes. And I don't know if you get that reference. Did you get the reference? Series of Tubes?
Sounds like a vacuum.
No, Ted Stevens was the former senator of Alaska that was the head of the technology subcommittee in the Senate. and he was an old curmudgeon, had no experience with technology. Like, it's the last committee he should have ever been on, and it was all the money from the big telephone companies that were funding him. And he got on the floor of the Senate and he was mad at Netflix because Netflix was a thriving streaming business and it was hurting radio and television, which was his old cronies supporters. So he started to bash streaming services and internet services, and it was this incoherent rant. It's like someone fed him talking points coherently, and then his old brain didn't process it right. And when he spewed it out on the floor of the Senate, he was like, the internet's not a truck. You just can't dump stuff on it. It's like a series of tubes. It gets all clogged up. And he literally said, this is word, I memorized this. This is word for word out of his mouth. And people have it as their iPhone answering, ringtones. He says, my assistant sent me the internet last Tuesday. I didn't get it till Friday because the internet's all clogged up. His assistant sent him the internet
Sent them the whole
last Tuesday.
Yeah.
Ted Stevens. Oh. Series of, so if you ever see the term series of tubes, it's a tech term poking fun at old curmudgeon, incoherent former senators of the U.S. Senate. I did. Okay, go ahead. I got one more thing. Go ahead.
Sarah asks, have you heard Weird Al's version of Hamilton?
Oh, no, I haven't heard that. So
for the sake of not getting demonetized, we won't do that. But I'll definitely listen to that.
Did you know Weird Al always asks permission before he uses someone's song, even though via copyright he has full legal authority to take and adapt the work and make it his own? He still asks permission, and if he's told no, he doesn't do it. I
Paul
think that's
says,
kind of
thank you for your nuggets, Matt. We both appreciated your nugs.
Okay, so let me tell you this one more thing about series of tubes. So when I moved in here, I wanted to bury all the downspouts on the outside of the house to just take them out to the street instead of it just emptying on the yard where it gets into the soil and gets into the basement. So I have this whole Roman aqueduct worth of 4-inch tubing under the ground. And the one pipe, I took a magic marker and I put series of tubes written on the pipe and then buried it. So like, if I ever sell this house and they do some light excavation, they're going to pull up these pipes and what the hell is series of tubes written on it? Like, what does it mean?
You might get a call thinking it's a gang or something. You got to be careful about that.
I crack myself up.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're cracking me up, too.
But those were some two good Wi-Fi names that funny Wi-Fi names I can't. Do you know any good funny Wi-Fi names?
Oh, I used to have them back in the day, and I'm so lack of originality right now. Given the last 5 weeks, I think I might have named a Wi-Fi network based on a Price is Right pricing game. I might have called something Cliffhangers. I don't see, again, lack of originality because, you know.
Let me show you mine. I'll share my screen. Do you see that?
Let me get it up there for a second. Hang on.
Oh, that's the wrong screen.
All right.
Oh, darn it.
I'm in the middle of sentence there. It's very, you know what? I appreciate the artistic follow through there, but
we'll move off of that. Let me change the size of my monitor so you can see larger pixels. Hopefully this works. Did that work? Things look bigger?
Yeah, okay. There's your hexagon. Yep, got it.
Look at my Wi-Fi names. Okay, so this is mine right here. Can you read that?
Delete all.
Delete all. Like, who would stumble across this and go, oh, I want to delete all? Like, and then here's another one. This is mine, Hassan Pfeffer.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's series of tubes that I talked
Where's Al Capone's vault? Is that in the list too?
about. No. See, look at these. These are so unoriginal here. My land. Oh, that's kind of funny. Luca baby.
Look a baby, my Sharona.
Come on, people. You gotta like get better than that. So, anywho.
Jamie says an Andy Kaufman classic. I'd say Matt. So there you go. Get rid of that.
A good Wi-Fi name is FBI security van. Could you imagine seeing that in your Wi-Fi drop-down menu? FBI security van. Anyway,
A Wi-Fi name called the Hague, maybe the KGB, perhaps. Yeah. Lots of different counterterrorism organizations that could be your Wi-Fi network. Whose password is 123456.
a lot of them make fun of the like they use WAN instead of words that sound like WAN. The Wu-Tang WAN.
The Wu-Tang, right?
Yeah.
The man with the master WAN.
Get off my WAN. Get off my lawn. Anyway.
Hey, you get off of my cloud. Stuff like that. We could keep on doing, all of it.
It's like if you have the ability to rename a Wi-Fi network, why don't you take it? Life's too short.
Name it numbers that don't exist. Call it something like Shinty 6 or something. Good old Mitchell and Webb bit from back 15 years ago.
Someone was sharing all of these funny Wi-Fi names on the Reddit thread, and the one apartment complex, it's like, I can hear you having sex, and then the guy who redoes his password, he says, I can hear you not having sex. Good stuff. So I got my my boss set up with 2-factor authentication today.
Oh, TFA.
Yep. I'm like, it's time to lock down all your social medias. So
Tilly says, this is LT. Our Wi-Fi is named classified.
See? That's so much better than Verizon X9743.
But I got your number on the wall for a good time call.
8675309. Damn you, Tommy Two-Tone.
Sarah says, my father used to ask if I could count to Skady 8.
Skady 8. Oh.
Classified's a good name, sure. Trump's secret IRS files. I mean, hey, we could keep on going. I don't mean for this to be political.
No. Did you ever read the Dilbert cartoons? My favorite Dilbert was when he created a project management system, and he needed to bring the project on time. They needed to deliver the project on time, but there was way too much work to fit into the workday. So his engineering solution was to invent his own month. And they're like, Dilbert, when is the project due? He says, the 18th of Floppyary. Rather than do the hard work to figure out how to do the work faster, he just invented his own month and called it a night.
But you see, Matt, it's measured in flops too, so you know that the intrinsic nature of that month calculation is IT inherently sound, measured in flops.
Oh, I got some fun news to share.
Breaking news.
You know, there's kind of problems you have that are kind of good problems to have and not bad problems to have.
I wish I had some of those, but go ahead.
I have a good problem. AdSense for YouTube. So if you're monetized, YouTube gives you about $3 for every 1,000 views on your work. Okay. And then once you get to $100, they'll pay you. So it just keeps, if you don't have 100 in your account, it just rolls over to the next month and you just keep adding on until it pays out. So I've had this YouTube channel forever and been monetized for a short while, and I get a check every once in a while, like not all the time. Well, in 2020, I got $40 more than what they need to send the information to the IRS. So now I'm going to get a 1099 because I got just if I'd have made $40 less, $41 less, no one would be the wiser of this income. It would be considered hobby income, and you're allowed to have, you know, a few $100s worth of hobby income and not report it.
But
And
now,
so
since
now,
you're making it rain, $40.
yeah. So if they would have short paid me $41, I wouldn't have had to pay taxes on any of the money. So, anyway, see, that's a good problem to have. It's like, yay, I'm earning money, but boo, gotta pay taxes on it.
You know, taxes are taxes. People pay taxes. It's
Yeah.
And if you could tell me how many pages of IRS tax code there is in the 1040 code, well, God help you.
Way too many. A lot of loopholes.
Wasn't Andrew Wang who won one of the not the last one, but one of them was like I would think that you would be able to do your taxes on a postcard or on the back of a postcard or something.
Yeah, the flat taxed. Yeah.
That was Forbes, right?
If you have a flat tax, rich people will pay more. they don't want that. You know?
Does the 41 cover the taxes on it?
What does 41 mean?
The $41 you made. The $41 influx of riches.
Well, here's the deal. $600 is considered hobby income. So anything over 600, they do a 10. Technically, you have to declare all the money, whether they send you a 1099 or not. But so yeah, I will have to pay taxes on all $640 worth of income that I made off of my YouTube channel. Yep. That's not my all things. That's this YouTube. This is the one that makes the money. There.
I guess the thing is, what is that sort of number that your pie in the sky sort of number that all things YouTube, all wooden things, fun with Matt, how much would you like to make before you say, you know what, I don't mind that $41 influx?
I don't mind it at all because I have receipts. I can wipe it out. So it's like,
there you go.
I'm not going to pay taxes on it anyway, but still.
Matt Haas is not a certified tax professional. Please consult your tax professional before doing your taxes this tax season. Thank you.
Yeah. So, here's the deal. Like if you buy a $200 Stream Deck and you earn $600, this helped you earn $600. You only pay taxes on $400. That's kind of the way it is. So I did a lot of investments in my YouTube channel. I got a new camera. I got a new computer. I got a new monitor. I got a Rodecaster Pro. I got a Cloud Lifter, whatever the heck that is, an HD60S Plus.
You make it rain. Cloud Lifter makes it rain.
I've invested heavily in my gear, and it wasn't just for funsies. Like, this is a business strategy. Like, I'm going for it.
It's all about
I'm
the
not.
strategy. Felice says, who does number 2 work for?
I'm not following these questions.
If you'd like to put your insight on number 2 in the comments.
Maybe my piano beaver's number 2. She works for me.
There you go. It's graphite. Make sure.
Austin Powers.
Oh, there you go. Austin Powers. Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Evil, $1 million.
Certainly not 41 bucks.
41 bucks. I know. 41 bucks. Well, in 2019, my wife sold Scentsy. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like a candle without flame. It's like wax. Anyway, it's like the little candle type things. And she earned revenue from that. And she earned $610 that year. So we got a 1099 for that. I was like, if you'd have earned $11 less. Anyway, I'm not complaining. Again, this is a good problem to have, and I just thought it would be fun to talk about. I am not complaining about earning money. Believe me, I'm very thankful that I'm able to do this, and I love my audience. And don't get me wrong. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I love your audience too. I love my audience. Question, and I realized this yesterday reading something, that February 12th is the first day you could file. Have you started the tax process yet for the 2020?
I'm meeting my accountant on the 29th, and he's going to take all my information and go through the interview the meeting process, and then he'll crunch the numbers in February, March, and it'll be completed before April 12th or whenever it's to 14th or whenever.
And your accountant has no relation to Skeletor.
No, but I'll tell you what, my accountant is brilliant. He is on another level. He is so good. Let me tell you a story. It must have been 16, 17 years ago. I introduced my account. My boss said, Matt, I need someone to do my taxes. I was like, oh, I got a great guy. And she's like, okay, I'll use him. Didn't think anything of it. A month goes by and she hugs me. I'm like, what's this for? He goes, your accountant saved me $10,000. I was like, what? Here,
incredible.
My boss was scammed. He was scammed out of money 9.5 years ago. So this was in the ancient past. She got involved in something and she had a huge loss. And my accountant is so rigorous and knows every law. He's like a savant with this stuff. His interview process teased out this loss, and he's like, oh, I know exactly what that scam is. It even had a name, like it went around in circles in the industry. And he goes, oh, that's such and such and such scam. We can get it all back for you. Got all the money back. She was could you imagine me as the employee saving my boss personally, not the company, her person? It was cool. He used to have a checkbox on the form that says, if you want me to play it safe, check this box. And he goes, I'll go right up to the line. He says, I'll never cross the line. He'll never go into illegal, but he could have a stone and he could wring a stone out and dollar bills will fall out. Like, the guy's brilliant. And here's the best thing. He's a rock and roller. He plays drums in a band. He's the coolest
really cool.
guy. Here's the secret to life. Here's the secret to friends. 2 types of people make the best friends to hang out with and party. And it's the last 2 types of people you would ever think of. Accountants and lawyers. And I'm convinced that these people have a different personality. Because their work is so freaking boring. Who wants to just crunch numbers on paper all day long? They gotta blow up. They gotta blow it off. They've gotta blow off steam.
Yeah.
They are so fun.
Sarah says, got my package from my accountant by having even started. Yuck. Jamie says, loving the soundboard and the saving someone money. Right on. Jane says, good evening, but she's now moving over to YouTube.
I went to this management retreat from my work, and you go through these different modules and classes, different presentations. It was an on-site management type thing, and the corporate lawyer comes up and he says, this session's about sexual harassment. And he goes, we're against it. It's just so, like, who does that? It's like, he's a fun guy to hang out with. I swear to God. I love me the account.
Pure discretion is advised.
Yeah, let's go to the bar. First round's on me. I have a good time.
Jamie says, you aren't lying. I knew a lawyer who could party.
What do you think about it? Such a boring, reading the citations and the laws and all of the boring legal stuff they got to go through. You can't live like that. You need to up the excitement to counterbalance the boringness.
All these opinions, majority opinions, dissenting opinions.
I know, right?
Yeah, all of it.
I had to open a window. It's getting hot in here.
Oh boy. Oh man. Ooh. So I got a question for you, Matt, and it kind of alludes back to what I was saying at the beginning, in the sense that, it really is a chance for us to do so many incredible things in 2021, but I also know about the roadblocks that are in my way, and I also see other people that are having such incredible strife, whether it's their interpersonal relations or business partners, former business partners, all of that. What's your take from your sort of IT project management sort of methodology, but then what's also your take on it as a live streamer?
Well, there's a couple principles that govern all of my actions in business and personal relationships that have served me well. And I think through these principles, it allows success and it allows you to have fun at what you do. And then the fun part makes it feel like not work,
right,
but you're still putting out content, and the success will come when you put out good content. So principles, these principles are like, one thing is I rarely ask or tell someone to do something. Now, just think about that for a minute. It takes a lot for me to do that. I'll put out there, I'm like, yeah, come watch my videos. That'd be great. Oh, put a like on the videos. That'd be great. But there's never an expectation that I hold people to. I'm like, I would love people to watch every live stream that I do. But if someone, if they can't make every single one, that's fine. There's no expectation of it. Other people will do things like, I think you should take down this Facebook group because it's too similar to mine. Like, I would never tell anyone to do that, And so, like, just that's another thing is, I don't give my opinion unless I'm asked. You can ask me anything. I know a lot of stuff about a lot of things, and the sky's the limit. You're safe with me. I'll tell you, but I won't offer up. I won't unsolicited tell someone something unless they ask. So it's things like that. If you have enough of those types of principles, then it allows you the headspace and you don't have any baggage,
Right.
that you can focus on what you want to do
That's
clearly
it.
and have fun.
Baggage. It's baggage. Baggage seems to seep its way all the time, and I'm thinking of a particular case, but we're not going to talk about exactly what it is. But some of us know in this room, it's baggage. It's absolutely baggage. And then the thing is, when the baggage gets intertwined in business relations, it becomes something that is very hard to pull apart.
Yeah, yeah. I, I can control me. Like
You're a Zen master.
I control my reactions to something. I control what I say. I can't control other people, and I don't try. I don't talk about people behind their back. I won't do it. Because even
Transparency.
if you're in confidence with someone, the person you're interacting with will be in the back of their mind say, well, is he doing that to me? Now, who's to say he's not doing that to someone else? So I don't talk about people behind their back. That principle has served me well. Oh, and another principle is, I don't know if this was the topic you wanted to talk about, but
No, you know
um,
what? This has been a free format because I'm holding on to whatever I can hold on upstairs right now. It's been it's
yeah,
been a tough 5 weeks.
I say no a lot,
Mm-hmm.
a lot. And anyone who is very successful will say no a crap ton of times. They're very focused on the end. They start with the end in mind, and anything that impedes that path is a no. Matt, can you do this? Matt, can you help me with this? Matt, can you do, and um, I will say yes if it keeps me on the right track, and I'll say no. Steve Jobs, for
Mm.
as flawed as that man was, relentless about saying no. He even said it in an interview. He's like, I set the agenda, I have the vision, I set the marching orders. That's it. Anything else gets in the way, it's a no. They turn down. We should work on this. We should work on handwriting recognition. We should do, da 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 da. No, 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 no. We're doing this. We're making iTunes the center. Like that was the one strategy, and then no, you have to say no. And my last principle is,
Mm.
not the last, but another principle is, as a content creator, you've got to not let the trolls bring you down.
Right.
It's so weird. I don't know how to characterize this. Like, I'm a people person. I love people. I started a meetup where I ate dinner with 20 strangers every month, taco dinner, and because I just love meeting people. And here's the thing, but as a content creator, you have to equally not care about people because if someone makes fun of my appearance, or someone doesn't like my content, or someone's I do a character trait they don't like, or I say something wrong, or I misquote something, they could be rather harsh. Doesn't bother me a wink.
Matt, at least the tacos were good, right? Is that because, quite frankly, you're doing it for the tacos?
The tacos were a nice bonus, but I do like meeting people. It was a lot of fun. I did that. Meetup.com is a website where it's like a social media, but there's no media. It's all in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And I would do these meetups, and it was fun. It was fun because I like to meet people, and I like to talk to people, and I like people. I'm a people person. But
Love
as a
people.
content creator, like, I don't miss a wink of sleep if someone's carrying on in my direction, because I just don't care. I don't care. So I love people, and at the same time, I don't care about. It's weird.
How can anyone not love you, Matt? And Sarah's absolutely spot on. She's absolutely right. You are a
Well,
lovable person, man.
this is a fun one. On my Awesome Wood Things channel, I made a project. I don't even know what it was, but I used it as scrap things I had in my. So I used some plywood, and I had a piece of rebar. Oh, I know what it was. It was a tote to carry drinks or whatever. And I used a piece of rebar, and The guy that was commenting lived on an island where it was very hard to get materials. And he was hell-bent against using plywood because he couldn't buy it there. And he was hell-bent against using rebar because that's a premium building material. Now here in my town, you go to, they're throwing it out in the garbage, those cut-offs of rebar, and they don't reuse a foot and a half of rebar. They throw it in the garbage. Well,
Right.
he was livid. He's like, downvote. He goes, you use plywood. You need to use all solid wood. I can't get plywood here in the Bahamas or wherever he was, and in some small little rinky-dink island somewhere. And I'm like, dude, it's like, don't hate on me because I was used plywood and an 8-inch piece of rebar in my. It's like, go live on the mainland. Like, what the heck?
Did it not meet up to your masonry or sort of lumber sort of construction protocol? I mean,
and the thing is, I looked on his channel, and he built a whole bookcase out of solid wood, no plywood. And it was even in his title, it was like solid wood bookcase. And I'm like, I should go on that video, downvote the video, and put a comment, downvote for not using plywood. But I'm like, that's not me. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I drew the line. I was like, I was thinking about getting him back by doing that. But I'm like, I'm not doing that drama. I don't want that drama.
that rebar line is very tight, though. You got to think about it. There are a lot of people that have different opinions about, I don't know, rebar. Really?
And the one video,
Alicia says,
I was
totally
doing
get that.
dancing.
Hi, how are you, by the way? Glad you're joining us tonight. New face.
Oh, there's people over on Facebook. I can barely see the people over on Facebook. I'm watching the YouTube chats, people. As a co-host, I only have access to the YouTube chats. So just type in all caps over there on Facebook if you want me to personally see. You're so far
Matt,
away.
answer this now. Please answer this.
So
Horrible.
the one video I did lip syncing and dancing, and I was dancing to Prince's song "Kiss." Do you know that song? And I was up there. I was kind of. It's a seductive song. It was crazy. And I even put PG-13 in the title, and they were like, "Too suggestive. Downvotes. I'm unsubscribing. My kids watch your show." Just like.
Sarah says,
well.
yeah, there are a lot of people who don't have a life. Those people that give that sort of downvote absolutely are part of that group.
Hey, if you want to downvote my Awesome Wood Things video because you don't like me using plywood, go for it. I don't care. So yeah, I'm just saying now some people like they'd be out. I was doing consulting. I was making personalized letters for someone who had an Etsy shop. She wanted wood letters, and I was carving them out for her. And we had sort of like a business relationship, and she would put in the orders, and I would anyway. Someone was on her because they said, "Oh, I have the copyright to put names on crafts. I've been doing it longer than you." And it was a completely specious argument. Like, who can say that they've copyrighted putting personalization stuff on? And she was sending her all this legal stuff, documents, and the husband works for the state government and knows all these lawyers. I'm like, they don't have a leg to stand on. But she was so taken back that someone was mad at her for doing this name pop. It was on Name Pop was the name of her store, and you could order like a handbag and she would put your name on it or something like that. And she was like, I'm out. I can't deal with it. I'm like, I would have so much fun if someone was saying that in my direction. Like, it wouldn't faze me at all. But some people they don't have the right mindset.
It's over excessive litigation and going through the court system and being lawsuit heavy and seeing how much you can get something out of nothing on the most baseless sort of claim.
Yeah. So don't let anything bother. I do what I want on social media. I do it the way I want to do it. And if you like it, you like it. If not, that's fine. If you tell me you don't like it, that's fine.
Right.
To each his own.
Right. You own you. You do what you do. You take solid pride in the work that you do, and that's the thing you step forward with. I mean, it goes back to the whole journey, doesn't it? It's what we're all doing.
My Piano Awesome channel, I'm going to play 80s hair bands on the piano. And do you think I'm going to care if no one wants to listen to my White Snake or Poison or Motley Crue? I don't care if you would want to watch it. I'm doing it because I want to do it.
That's the best reason why.
Blondie Call Me is what I'm working on now. That's a hard song. That's very fast.
Jamie says, "Had to go listen to that Prince song. I love Prince."
Oh, you should see my video. It's YouTube took it down because Prince's record label finally took it off the internet. But I have it on what's the other streaming service? That's not YouTube. It's BitChute. This thing is insane.
Jamie also says, "And good for you for doing all the songs because you want to. That's badass."
Exactly. Oh, here it is. I will not air this video because it's got copyrighted music. But let me put the URL if I can. How do I share this? Okay, here we go. If you want to see me lip syncing to Prince's Kiss, and I also superimposed a team of South Korean women dancers. So they're dancing in the video, and then I'm doing weird stuff in the wood shop in the video. And then I even got my South Korean friend to dress up like one of the dancers, and I brought her over to the house, and she's in the video with me. It looks like, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, I guess I can't put that in there because I'm not a mod. Shoot.
I mean, you could. Oh, right, you are now. Yeah.
Am I a mod now?
No, I didn't make you a mod. Maybe after the episode, if you could put that up there.
You can do it live if you want to make me a mod. You can do it, or I could send it to you on Messenger.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. This video was it got the whole woodworking community kind of like, Matt, like I didn't know you had it in you, Matt. I was like, yeah.
I didn't know this was a thing.
The one guy wrote on the comment, he says let me call up the comments. I want to read it to you. This was the best comment I ever got on the internet. This comment it's four sentences, and it is the best 4 sentences you will ever hear in your life. Let me show you this. YouTube Studio. Going into my YouTube Studio. Going into my comments. Ooh. No, I'll go into my content and search to.
There are a lot of people that want to see this.
Go to the YouTube page. Only I can view the YouTube page because it's privated now.
Mm.
But the BitChute link that I sent is that page. So where is? Oh, I thought I pinned it. I guess I didn't pin it. Andy Berkey. What's Andy Berkey? Shoot. There it is. Okay, I got it.
You got
okay,
it? You got it?
Go.
Okay.
I'm gonna
right.
Look at this comment. This comment is the best comment ever. I swear to God.
Here we go. Hang on 1 second. I'll put it up.
Ari says, I have no idea how to comment here. I am both disturbed and impressed. I am going to cry a little and have some ice cream. I'm going to reevaluate my life choices. Is that not the best comment on a YouTube video ever?
Oh my God.
Watch. You want to see something awesome? I have it
Sure.
muted. You will not hear it. This first 10 seconds took me 2 weeks to edit. Okay, watch this. Now this is just filler. Okay, right here. No. Okay. Now, did you notice? Now this is some as this plunges down, my hand and the knife do not move on the screen. They're in the same pixels. Watch this. So let me scrub forward. See that? Let me go backwards. Do you know how hard it was to film that?
How long did it take you?
2 weeks? It took me 2 weeks. Just for that. And then now the song is playing, and then watch this. Start lip syncing on the screen. It gets crazy. Oh yeah, it is. That part right there is what people had a problem with. That little gyration, like come on.
Gyration they had a problem with. The gyration
They had a
had
problem
the 2
with that.
minus votes. That gyration.
I'm like,
that
my
one.
goodness, people. Can you believe that?
Really?
People don't know how to have fun.
No.
Thumbs up for Prince.
Yeah, no kidding.
Anyway, so drop that link in the
Sarah's
chat
cracking
for me,
up,
please.
and Jamie says yes.
Yeah, so I went to the conference in a woodworking conference in Georgia after I posted that, and people were coming up to me. They're like, "Oh my God, man! I had to meet the guy that did that Prince video."
You're a man of many talents, Matt. Gotta hand it to you. And it's something we always go back to every time you're on, but like you are a man of many talents.
I just have a short attention span.
Paul says came back a little late. First thing I see is a little Matt gyration. That's great. There you go.
I'm just getting you back, Paul, when you put on the sexy music and go like this. Did you ever see him do that on his stream?
Yeah.
He puts on the bedroom music and goes like this. That's funny. That's funny.
Viewer discretion is advised.
PG-13 parental discretion.
Yeah, I think we're going to like an NC-17 sooner or later. Oof, 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 oof. At least TV 14 or something. Any big plans tomorrow and Sunday?
Heads down in PHP and MySQL.
PHP, you know me.
Development code. Gotta get
Paul's
this
excited. Might be going to NC-17 on this. He's hoping. He's praying.
Oh man, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to warn us, Paul, before you go to that level. Just don't spring it on us.
Oh God. Paul, if you want to join us for a second, jump on. The thing is, it's amazing how many different directions these conversations take. Every single time.
It's all my fault.
No.
I'm to blame.
No way. You know what's to blame? I'll tell you what's to blame. Stress. It's stress. It is a lot of stress. And the thing is, you're going through this, that, and the other thing, and at some point, you alleviate the stress one way or another. It could be doing lip syncing of Prince. It could have a stuffed Triceratops over your court, that sort of thing. But this is how we deal. Gillyman has a question. What's the numbers on the board, J-Man? Well, the numbers on the board, and I don't have a camera pointed over there, but it's 706 days sober, 603 days sober, 706 days tracking, and 285 days not gambling. And Paul says, I wish I'm between lane meetings. And Gilly says, going to bed soon. I'll listen later tonight. Gilly, I'm glad you stopped by to say hi anyway. And as always, you're great. Thank you for stopping over.
Drop a like on your way out, please. Subscribe.
The Salumedrol that I was on, Matt, remember from last week?
Mm-hmm.
I gained about 10 pounds from that.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a corticosteroid that I was basically having the infusion in every day for 5 consecutive days. I gained about 10 pounds from that.
It's all muscle mass, right?
Well, I could probably lift a pencil now, which is great. That's exciting. Yeah, the thing is, I'm very thankful for the fact that it wasn't too bad as far as this, because remember, I gained and lost this weight twice before. This is the third time I've lost the weight, so it's like that fear is always in the back of my mind. Sarah says that's what steroids do. Yep, they do. I guess there was one other thing I wanted to bring up, but of course it's slipping because how can I hold on to anything these days? Oh yeah, got it. Sorry. There are a lot of people that reached out to me this past week and on Tuesday, and I just want to quickly tell you, and not quickly at all, I'll take as much time as I can. I am very appreciative of all of you, and the amount of love and care and respect that you worried about what I'm going through. I'm worried what I'm going through. I was asked today, what's your take on all this? You did all this. I'm scared, Matt. I'm scared. It's flat out honest. I'm scared.
Life is scary.
Yeah, but I'm very thankful for all of you. I'm very appreciative, and when I say it, I do love all of you. You guys are incredible. Both the streamers and the recovery groups, all of you. I don't know if I'd be any place right now if I didn't have all of you. So I'm very much appreciative, and I thank you guys an awful lot. Thanks. Seriously.
Well, I mean, you're a good guy. It's fun to hang out. It's fun to interact. It's fun to watch people make content. You know me, I love creative people. People have YouTube channels are creative by their very nature. We're here for
Sarah
you.
said
We want the
something.
best for 'em.
She says, if you weren't scared, I'd be worried about you. Yeah. Thank you, Sarah.
Wise words, Sarah. Sarah's so smart, so wise.
She's brilliant. Sarah is so brilliant, and you talk
And
about
creative.
very creative. Oh my God, very creative. But you talk about the people that you want in your support network, the people that back you up. I think of you, Matt. I think of Paul. I think of Jamie. I think of all of you. But Sarah, my God, the conversations we've had, I'd be nowhere without them. And with your heart and every, oh my God, I'm just. It's really blessed.
We're happy to do it. Whatever you need, brother. Whatever you need.
I guess I should bring up the number for the MS Society again. Let me do that real quick. Because the thing is, I used to donate to the MS Society. I used to do the walks and everything. But like now, as they say, it's hit home. So let me get that up there for a second. Ah, man. Of course, as soon as I said that, I lost my overlays. Where are they? Oh, there they there they are, John. Right in front of you. 1-800-344-4867, nationalmssociety.org. That's basically their phone number and their website. And if you want to know more about what the National MS Society is doing to help change this horrific disease, this disorder, whatever you want to call it, that's the website, that's the phone number, that's where you go. You get a chance to partake in the charity and do the walk and do many events that they do it. I have a dear friend that I worked with back 10 years ago who does the walk every year because her daughter has MS. And there is not any chance I'm not doing that, if not now double or triple, because it's something that is very important. And with all the stuff that's going on in this world, and I'm not going to mention the word because I don't want to be demonetized, but there's so much research and so much discovery that's going on right now that we are right around the corner, at least to more disease-modifying treatments, perhaps a cure. Do I call it a Lorenzo's oil? Maybe. Who knows? But the landscape for MS medication and MS disease-modifying drugs has changed so much in 10 years. It is a chance for us to be on the forefront of something. So if you want to talk to the organization that is there to help, the National MS Society, 1-800-344-4867, nationalmssociety.org. Couple more comments. Jamie says, happy to have you around, JV. You're an inspiration and motivator. Jamie, I'm inspired and motivated by you and all of you. I am very much appreciated of all of you. Thank you. Marilyn says, you're in our hearts and our prayers. Thank you, Marilyn. My heart and my prayers there for you too. I know we're all going through a lot here. Whatever the case may be, whatever the struggle may be, we're here for each other. And Marilyn, you're definitely leading the charge with that too. Sarah says, you make it easy, JV. Thank you, Sarah. Jamie says, MS is no joke. I'm happy the choices you have made for your health and lifestyle that are going to help you along the way in this journey. You are strong, JV. Thank you, Jamie. The one thing I keep on telling my primary care physician and my neurologist is, if the exacerbation and the flare-up happened 2 years ago when I was at 480 pounds, I'd probably be dead, without question. Because I was not in a good place. So at least now I have a chance to do whatever I can to put myself on a better track, whether it is disease-modifying treatment or whatever sort of drug path that my neurologist wants me to do. I have a chance at least because I care about myself. I'm taking care of myself. I'm fixing the neglect and whatnot that I had for so long. So, yeah, Jamie, it is no joke, but with people that they're trying and they're finding a course, whether it's PPMS or MSPS or SPMS or whatnot, there's a chance. It's not as much a death sentence as it used to be, and I'm certainly going to try to live every day I can in this life, for sure. Sarah says, absolutely. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming. Sarah says, I have a friend with CF. They thought she wouldn't make it to 20, but medicine has made such great strides. She'll have a normal lifespan. It's not easy, but it's way different. It is. Medication and science has helped us all. And as long as we keep on this and we try to make the strides we can to find the right sort of rubric on how to fight demyelination as opposed to multiple sclerosis versus lesions that are in the spinal column versus lesions that are in the neck, the brain. There's so much we can do. We just have to hold the course and keep on pressing forward for sure. Jamie says, hey, Ob. That's awesome, Sarah. I agree. Sarah says she's in her 50s now. That's a blessing. It's a big time blessing. I mean, take each day as it comes, one day at a time, one foot in front of the other. But to be in the 50s and she has a life and she's working towards something, despite what the diagnosis was, that's the most amazing thing here. And it's the one thing that I hope I have a chance to live a long life. I hope others who have MS have a chance to live that life too. Ob says, I've learned something from you, Johnny V, and I'll keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Ob. Sarah also says, gene therapy has totally changed CF. And I agree with Ob in that. It's totally a blessing. Didn't mean to take an emotional turn real quick, but I really had to talk about that.
No one has a crystal ball, and no one will know what exactly is going to happen. But, you're here now. You're having fun. You're creating content. You don't have to feel worse today.
Right. But what else I also have, Matt? I have your friendship, and that's what it's about for me.
Also,
as well as everybody else in here.
Tacos.
Oh, tacos. Yes, lots of tacos.
Yep.
Plenty of tacos.
Whenever I get down, I'm like, hey, tacos exist.
Do you think a taco name would be a good name for a Wi-Fi network?
Oh, we could come up with something. Yeah, taco theme. Yeah. Sure. Let's talk about it.
Taco about, right? Gelly says Messel Chesel stem cell injections and super advanced robotics. Yeah, that's definitely one of those sort of thoughts. When 10 years ago I had the demyelination, there was research coming out of Italy called CCVSI that talks to the blood lining of the nerves. That it's a very intrinsic operation. Some have died from it. But yeah, I've heard more about that, especially by way of stem cells. Stem cells, there again, trying to make humanity better. So yeah, you're spot on, Gilly. Jamie says, we can get real in this house if we gotta. You darn straight we can. Faux show. And Sarah says, it's fine to take an emotional turn. No rules for VF Talks. Yep, there are no rules. It's just conversation. Oh, man. So what I think I'm going to do is this. I have one episode next week that I was going to continue to talk about depression. I'm probably going to do both of them on depression because, Matt, it's something that is definitely a prevalent symptom with all of the sort of flare-ups and exacerbations. So I almost feel like I need to spend at least a little time on it next week. Just a little bit of a plug for Tuesday or Thursday. But
yeah, that's the good thing about the internet. It's there.
Sure is.
And the audience will be there too.
Sarah asks, what am I doing this weekend? Sarah, I'll be honest with you, I'm probably going to take a nap. I need to sleep. I really just need to lay down and take a nap.
I'm going
given the way the last 5-6 weeks have gone.
Yeah. Blondie, call me on the piano. Yeah. Call me. That I'm going to practice that, and I'm going to write web development code.
PHP.
Name it.
To the H to the P.
LAMP for life. Linux, Apache, PHP, MySQL. LAMP.
Sarah says, perfect. Ob says you're not sleeping well, JV. Yeah, we could talk about that for a second. Yeah, no, I'm not sleeping well at all. I think ever since I have had the first signs of the flare up, it's been hard to sleep. I've been not getting the 6-7 hours I normally get. I'm lucky if I get 3. I want to start taking like melatonin and whatnot to try to calm it down a bit, but the fact is, no matter what, there's always going to be that sort of thing that's going on upstairs that's holding me back from sleeping. So, giving myself a good attempt to sleep this weekend, I'll try that, but it's been hard. Sarah says the steroids make it hard to sleep. Yeah, and that Salumedrol stays in your system the 5 days after you've had it for 5. So the first dose I took was last Friday, so the Salumedrol won't be out of my system completely until Monday. I just keep drinking water and just stay hydrated and, that sort of thing.
I like to put those Mio drops in water, little flavor,
What's your
that makes you drink more water. Because there for a while I wasn't drinking enough water. And I'm like, well, it's water. I mean, so I spiced it up a little bit with a couple drops of Mio, and now I drink a lot of it.
What's your Mio flavor of choice?
I like the the berry's good, and the watermelon slash something in watermelon is a combination that I like. And Mio, Mio. It's a
Mio, right?
It's a concentrate, a juice concentrate. So you fill up, you get yourself a cup of water and you do a little squirt, and it turns it into juice. But I don't go crazy with it. I just want it just flavored enough that it will tempt me to drink more.
Jamie loves water, but plain Mio is yummy, but I can't do that often. It's water flavored.
Yeah.
I'll ask a question. What does flare-ups feel like? What sensation? Hope you don't mind me asking that question. Oh, no, I don't mind that question at all. It's desensitization. So when I talk about desensitization, it means that the feeling here isn't as prominent as the feeling over here. So it feels like something's muted. It hovers right around here, and then it goes down to my eyes, to my nose, and to my upper lip, and also my upper jaw. And then, because of the way the nerves run, it actually goes down my right-hand side, down to my foot. But I can feel everything. It's not that it's completely numb. It's muted. And there are parts of my body I can feel, and then there are parts of my body that I can't. So that's part 1. Part 2 is that there is a bit of muffledness in my right ear, that my hearing isn't the greatest as it normally is. But then again, I never had the greatest hearing to begin with. But there are times where I have optic freezing, that sometimes I can't see straight because the nerves basically have lesions on them, and my eyesight, my optic nerve is trying to reset. My memory isn't that strong right now because I think of the nerves, but also of the sort of emotional effect of whatever's going on, also to Salumedrol. My handwriting isn't great right now, but then again, ever since the first event back in 11, my handwriting hasn't been the greatest. And then as far as concentration, I could keep concentrating, and I haven't fallen. That's good. I haven't fallen. They worry about that with MS patients, that MS patients fall, but I've been able to stay upright. But, there are moments where I'm a bit woozy and a bit wobbly. The way I've heard it explained before, and I don't necessarily agree with this, but I'll say it for the sake of this conversation, is it's like you're drunk, but you're not drunk. And there are moments with that where you truly feel that way because you're trying to catch 2 on things and you're not feeling 100% and your mind's not working the way it should. I hope that explains it a bit, Ob. And then also the piece that I have a hard time sleeping at night, but the Salumedrol has a lot to do with that too.
Doesn't sound fun, John. Sound fun.
Bob says, I go to bed when I'm tired. It could be 3 to 4 a.m., and then I wake up in 7 hours. If I can get 7 hours sleep right now, I'd be a very happy man. Speaking of, Gillyman says the watermelon kiwi is his favorite.
That might be it. Yeah, something with watermelon. I forget what the other thing is. Good.
Bob says all my shifts are 3 to 10. Where do you find it? The Mio?
Oh, grocery store.
Okay.
The juice, where they sell, juice.
Jamie says I am taking a neuro class this semester, so I got to learn more about it. And as OT, I get to work with people with MS. Yeah, and the thing is, Jamie, it's a very individualistic disorder, disease. Not everybody gets the same symptoms. It flares up in different ways, but yeah, there's some of that too. There's also spasticity with the bladder. There's spasticity with not that I've had much spasticity with the bladder, but that could flare up. No burning sensation, thank God, and no electric feeling. I don't know where I'd be right now if that. Yeah, no, none of that. Jamie says you can get me at the grocery store. Okay. Jamie says usually in the aisles with the bottled waters and stuff. It could be with the Kool-Aids too. Ob says I remember Ob Baxter in program years. He walked like he was drunk. He made jokes about his MS. There's an example. And then the good news there, Ob, as you pointed out, is he lived to be over 70 years old. It's not a death sentence, but I know that my life is different because of the demyelination and subsequently the multiple sclerosis. So it is. It just is. Sarah says loves neuro. I know, Matt, that I'm in the hands of some really good doctors. I know I'm in the hands of a really strong neurology department in that of the University of Pennsylvania, Penn Medicine, and at the work at the Perelman Center and whatnot. One of the leading east of the Mississippi, definitely in the Northeast. I have a really great neurologist who is basically working with me and talking with me and trying to get me to the point where I'm on the sort of program that he needs. I think Ocrevus is still the one we're gravitating to, but also to be taking MRIs every 3 months on a 17 machine to see exactly what's going on. It's an honor to do that. I'm very pleased to do that. I would like to know more about what's going on as much as it is important for the medical society.
Got some good care for sure.
Yeah.
Happy about that.
And the thing is, the first time I had this back in 11, I did work with some decent doctors in that of Hartford Hospital. Also, there was a doctor in southeastern Connecticut. But then I also did a little bit of work with Johns Hopkins University when I had this slight flare-up when I was down in Baltimore. There are a lot of people, a lot of really amazing doctors, really amazing medical minds that take this from both an MD and PhD perspective because they want to learn what's going on, but then they want to put it to action. And everybody I've been working with, Penn Medicine, but also in emails I've had with, I sent one over to JHU, my old doctor over there. Nothing but a labor of love to try to get this to a point where we can live a normal life. So I'm very much thankful of that too.
Great.
Sarah says some have physical challenges, some emotional, some psychological, some addictions. We work with what we got. Sarah, spot on. We work with what we got. And it takes the mind to figure out how do we traverse around that. But at the end of the day, it goes back to the same premise. We have to stay strong within ourselves. We know that the past, we can't dwell upon the past. We just learn from the past. The moment is a gift, and the future is no guarantee. And we know that it's one step at a time, one foot in front of the other, one day at a time. That's what we're doing.
Another thing, life isn't fair. It just isn't fair.
Bob asks, is there like a group you could get support about MS? Yeah. I'm looking into one. I think that's being done through Penn Medicine. I just haven't joined it yet, but yeah, there's support groups for MS for sure, all across the country for sure. Um, I'm nervous because I say for sure like 3 times. It's been really, really stressing. Sarah says, "Are you going to be in any trials?" Yeah, the intent is to be in a trial and at least to watch what's going on and all of that. And I truly do think it's going to be a Grievous, but I'll let you guys know on the next VF or whenever we know. So true, Sarah. And Ob says the obvious. Join it, mate. Yeah, as much as we try to battle our addictions and that of alcoholism and overeating and compulsive gambling, it's another group of people that are fighting the same fight, and we grow stronger with each other. I mean, I'll use the LT term, we recover better together. It's true here too. We truly do recover better together. I'll tell you what group I find, and I'll start talking about them too. Sarah says Penn has some great studies. Yeah. A lot of the work that's in the forefront of MS right now is coming out of UPenn. So I'm really, really excited about the work that they're doing over there. Oh man. So your PHP this weekend, all the fun stuff this weekend, whatever you do, Matt, stay safe. Have a good time.
Yep, I will. I might go grocery shopping. Or add that to the list.
Oh, there you go.
My life is crazy.
Oh my God, it's off the hook.
We need more eggs. Running out of eggs at the Haas house.
If you stop at the market, can you pick me up blueberries? I'm low.
I'll be there Saturday at noon.
I appreciate that.
With a big basket of them.
Big basket of blueberries. That's what I need.
Oh.
Matt, I'm going to put a giant bow on this and wrap it up. But Matt, thank you for jumping on tonight. I totally... I'm really thankful for your friendship.
I love talking to you. It's a great way to end the work week. And I put that video on my Awesome Wood Things Facebook page. So let me drop a little note here in the chat. So if people want to watch that strange, awkward video that I briefly showed, that's how you can get it in the chat. Not hard to find over on Facebook. And thank you, John. Keep kicking butt,
thank you,
friend.
Thank you for your time, Matt and JV. Gilly says, best guest ever. You are the best guest ever, Matt.
Oh, thank you. How do you pronounce his name?
Gillyman. G-H-I-L-I. Gillyman.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, come find me. I'm on the interwebs.
Sarah may vacuum. Just
ooh, Sarah. Yeah, she's mixing it up over there. She's on fire.
Ob says it's 90 degrees where he is. Where I go work, I'm staying inside. So Ob is in the southern hemisphere.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Nope. John and I are freezing up here in Pennsylvania. It's 38 degrees.
Snow 2 or 3 times next week, Matt.
What's that?
It's supposed to snow 2 or 3 times next week.
Oh, with accumulation?
They don't know yet. It keeps on going one way or another.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I got too much. I'm on a deadline. It can't snow. What the heck?
What's up with that?
It's going to throw off my whole schedule.
It pushes back the project at least 3 weeks. You know that.
I can't miss the deadline. AWS is going to turn it off. They're going to turn the old one off.
Matt, what do I tell the operating committee? What do I tell the stakeholders? I can't have it pushed back 3 weeks because of snow.
They're just not
going
to be able to do it.
Now the project's going to be running red and everything. It's horrible. It's like I'm going to be running expenses left, right, and sideways here.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I'll do my best. That's all I can do.
Jamie says, it snowed today. She wants more snow. And Sarah says, I need that snow. I'm good with 3 snows. Outside of that, I'm done.
Well, I'm giving it away for free. You can come and remove it from my property at no cost.
Is that the Matt Haas special?
Yeah.
There you go.
You pay for one shovelful, you get the second one free.
We don't see a dime until you see 3 dimes. That's at the law firm of Matt Haas. Matt, thank you, man. Thank you for joining tonight. Thank you for jumping on. You have a great
Thanks for
weekend.
putting up with me. I'm a lot to take.
This was not putting up. This was incredible. And thank you for dealing with someone who's a bit frayed right now. So thank you for helping me out here.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Matt, I love you, buddy.
I love you too. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Matt Haas, ladies and gentlemen. One of the live streamers that I've become really good friends with over the last few months, and all of you, the recovery groups, the live streamers, all of you have been so important to me, and I am just really thankful and blessed for all of you. I'll bring up the graphic once more with the MS Society because, again, it's an important phone number to show. Here it is. 1-800-344-4867. 1-800-344-4867. NationalMSSociety.org. The National MS Society is a collective of passionate individuals who want to do something about MS now, to move together towards a world free of multiple sclerosis. MS stops people from moving. The National MS Society exists to make sure that MS doesn't. So again, to contact the National MS Society, please contact 1-800-344-4867, 1-800-344-4867, or go to our website at nationalmssociety.org. Tuesday, we cover part 4 of depression, where we're going to talk about how anxious behavior and addiction ties back to it. It was what we were talking about in part 3, but then things got a little off the rails for a good reason. This is breaking. Everything's going on here. I got to talk about my story too. But we'll talk about depression part 4 Tuesday night at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific on the Venture Forward. And on that, I will tell you what I will tell you at the end of every Venture Forward. VF Talks. Stay safe. Stay sane. Stay strong. Stay sober. You're worth it. I'll see you Tuesday night at 6:30 Eastern for the next episode. Good night.
Myself picking pieces of my sky.